yourself. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday Maariv service. I'm Rabbi Karen. I thank you for joining us. You're on Facebook, on Sim Shalom, on Facebook, the Sim Shalom page, UJUC, JSLI, Rabbi Stephen Blaine. We are also on YouTube, and we are on simshalom.com. So say hi, type into chat. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you are with us. And let's begin our Tuesday Maariv service. And Barbara's on, I guess, Facebook. So we're saying hi to Barbara. Slideshow, play from start. Here we go. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is and how pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamarach li'olam bo'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praised be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Ha'ma'ariv aravim reminds us of Adonai's miracle of separating light from dark and dark from light. Let me see. It's not that sunny here in Florida, but it's not also that dark. So I guess we're starting to head toward our services going to be around twilight soon. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim b'chochma poteach she'arim u'bivuna mishaneh etim u'machalif et hazmanim u'msader kochavim mishmoroteiim barakia kirtzono. You abound in blessings, Eternal One, our God, sovereign of all time and space, whose words bring on twilight. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times. Vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Creator of day and night, who rolls light away from darkness and darkness from light, you cause day to pass and bring about night, distinguishing between day and night. Source of all forces is your name. El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Li'olam Va'ed Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now the prayer that states who we are, our creed, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And you shall love. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently to your children. And you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you lie down. So for some people, the last thing they say before they go to sleep is the Shema. And the first thing they say when they wake up is the Shema. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and there shall be frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy, holy unto your God. And as Miriam and the women went through Adonai's miracle of parting the Red Sea, they sang, Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, oseh feleh. Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom ve'achamidenu malkeinu l'chaim ufresh aleinu sukkot shalomecha. Adonai, please bless us in these troubled times. Bless all those who've been stricken with disease. Bless all those who are suffering from war and famine and hostility. Please, Adonai, shield us and remove from our path all hostility, disease, war, famine, sorrow. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. You are a protecting and saving power. Truly a sovereign power, gracious and compassionate are you. God, our going and our coming in life, now and in all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukkot shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael. V'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, eternal one, who spread your shelter of peace over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Okay, just going to pause for a minute. Let's see if anybody's in our chat. All right, so good evening from Rainey, my friend Dee in upstate New York, and Barbara, good to see you. I hope you're doing well, and so is Rala. And I hope everybody is doing well, wherever you are in the listening area. I got my Zoom people here. I have Susan, I have Ellen, Sephora, Marvin, Reba, and Ellen. This is my Ellen Tuesday nights. Okay, so let's get back to our prayers. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabam yamadira chirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yo omechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'gala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen yehesh mei rabo meborach Le'alam le'al maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yabar v'roman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemed kudusha b'richu le'la michol bechata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiram v'yalma v'yimeru amen. Let's see, we got a whole bunch of people in chat. Okay, very nice. And now our standing prayer, which please stand only if the body allows. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el ha'gadol ha'gibor v'hanorah, El Elyon, gomer chasadim tovim v'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imaot, u'mevi gula livnei v'nehem, l'man shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Adonai, remember the promises you made to our ancestors. Please keep those promises to us, as we are all one mishpacha, we are one family. Atagi boli alam Adonai, mechaye hakol etarav lahoshia, mechake chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofe cholim, umatir asurim, umkayem emunato, Lishene afar, Micha mocha bal givuro, Umido melach, Melech memid, Umchayim, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Adonai is our only super strength that we need. Adonai gives life to the living. He is our strength. He is our shield. And that is all we need. Okay. And now, let's take a look at this week's Torah portion for the week. In this Torah portion, Ki Tzivah, 74 of the 613 commandments are listed. Those include burial and dignity of the dead, the rebellious son, inheritance of the firstborn, safely erecting a fence around the roof of your house. I still can't figure that one out. How do you get a fence around the roof of your house? But it's there. I assume it's going to be a flat roof. Also, the judicial rulings and penalties for rape, adultery, false accusations, divorce laws, laws of charging interest on a loan, and returning lost objects. As I've stated before, this is a window into our past. We don't need laws unless the actions are a problem. And now we now have a just system of laws. We try to make it as just as possible. Justice for the accused, for wives, for women abused, the widow, laws set down for families, and how individuals should treat lost property. This is a keen insight into what lives were like. I sort of picture it being like the Wild West. Their problems and their solutions, which have been a basis for our justice today. And remember, not too long ago, we had a Torah portion in which it started with justice, justice. So justice is a theme, very important. Justice for ourselves and justice for the community, the larger community, the world community. In Rambam, in the Mishnah Torah, he says, this is the general rule concerning lost property. If anything without a mark of identification was lost, and the owner was aware of the loss, it is assumed that the owner has given up hope of recovering it, and it therefore belongs to the finder. You know what we say, finders keepers? But there's rules. There's rules. If there's no mark to identify it, and the owner is aware of it, not looking, we assume the owner has given up. You shall not see your brother's ox or sheep straying and ignore them. Rather, you shall return them to your brother. What if you don't have a brother? It means the community. So if you see them straying, you return them. Yes, even if it's an inconvenience. If you know they belong to, you return them. But if your brother is not near you, or if you do not know him, so meaning your neighbor, you shall bring it into your house, and it shall be with you until your brother seeks it out, whereupon you shall return it to him. Again, being a neighbor. If you don't know your neighbor, but you see a stray cow walking around, you bring it to your house. Probably you have some cows too. And when your neighbor comes looking, oh yes, I have your cow, but there was no marking on it, so I didn't know it was yours. According to Rambam, this is the general rule for lost objects. Every object that does not have a siman, a particular sign that you can use to identify it as yours, since it is lost and its owners know it's been lost, we assume that the owners have given up hope of finding it. For example, a nail, a needle, or a coin. Since the owners can't give a simam to get it returned, it therefore belongs to the one who owns it. But if you have an iPhone, hopefully your name is on the iPhone. Mine says Rabbi Karen's phone. Some form of identification. Every object that has a simam, for example, clothing. Remember Mom used to put those little name tags on her clothing? Susan doesn't like that. When my mother-in-law was in a nursing home, we had to put the name tags on her clothing too. Or an animal, okay? My cats have collars. You can assume that the owners have not given up on them because they know they can tell the finder it's simanim, and he or she will return it to them. Chip your animals, your pets, get them microchipped. Therefore, if you find these objects, then you must announce that you have found them, unless you know that the owners have given up hope. My community has a message board. We put down, items have been found, items have been lost, how you can identify them. That's one form of announcement. You ever see in the newspaper somebody put down, I found a wallet? Looking for, that's an announcement. The Talmud extends this idea to include preventing damage. For instance, if your neighbor's house is about to be flooded and he's not home, then you are required to set up sandbags, and you can ask to be reimbursed later. Down here in Florida, we get hurricanes and we get snowbirds who are not home. And they leave the keys to the hurricane shutters with the neighbors. And one time, one of my neighbors said, yes, your husband could put his car in the garage. We just had to close the shutters for them. So it was a barter system, but we helped each other. And even if she didn't lend us the garage, we still would have done the shutters for her because that's what we do. We all take responsibility, not only for ourselves, but for each other. This is a fascinating thing to teach kids, truly a fascinating thing to teach kids. I was teaching in New York City, and I think you all remember Walkmans. And a student found a Walkman in her desk. And she asked around, who does it belong to? And one of the classmates said, you're stupid, why don't you keep it? And she said, my mother raised me to be a good Christian. I'm going to find out who this belongs to. Well, those are the values that we're learning. And for the kids to learn that is so important because then they have these values as adults. Our mitzvot are there for us to be better and take our society and make it a better place to live. We need to do that. These are these days of the Yamim Noraim. We need to start working on this. I'm sure most of you would, but it's time to think, did I do it all this time? Did I do it right? Can I fix it? Can I make it better? That's where we're at. So let's work on that for this upcoming new year. So now let's take a few moments to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our minds. Oh, say shalom bimrumav, Uyase shalom aleinu, ve'alku Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimrumav, Uyase shalom aleinu, ve'alku Yisrael, Imru, Imru, Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us and all Israel, and let us all say together, Amen. And now this is our prayer for healing. So please type in names of people who need our healing thoughts and prayers. And I'm going to start with Sid and Joyce Becker, Luna and Katie Marcello, Seal Miller's daughter, Robin, Arthur, and all my friends who are still dealing with COVID. Heather Husak, Linda Hoff, Pastor Bob Martin, Daniel Bunce, and Mr. Green. All those suffering physically and emotionally in this world. Dorothy, Mark, Marlene, Jean, and Mary. Marvin's cat, Queenie. Timothy, Paul Taylor, Diane Fishman, Susan Arseno. All in our congregation who need our prayers, our healing thoughts and prayers. That's it. Okay, I'm going to go back. Mishe beravotenu mechol habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe beirach imotenu mechol habraha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Okay, Lenny Ben Alexandra Rayel, Perry Ben Betty, Rabbi Galit, Marlene Ben Chaya, Bat Chaya, Ellen Friedman, Marvin, Ziona, Barbara, Tova, Amy, Sue Marie, all suffering from PTSD, and Zipporah's friend David, who has bladder cancer. Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, Latet Gedula Liotze Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kikoye Haratzot, Villa Osamanu Ki Mishpachot Adama, Shelo Sam Helkenu Kahem, Vigoralenu Kicho Hamanam, Vanachnu Korim, Umishachavim, Umodim, Lifnei Melech Mochei Hamlochim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'eman v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'koretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in this season, in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of Adonai's kingdom. And we think of all those who we have lost recently, or those who are observing a yurtzeit. Yit gadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malhutei. B'chayechon uvyo mechon uvchaye decho Beit Yisrael b'galav zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehesh mei rabba mivarach li'olam ol mei maya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiruman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal. Shemei dekudashah b'richu. Le'elam michol b'chata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Tamiram v'yalmal v'yimru Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom v'mruma. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael. B'Yimru. Amen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, so good to have you here with us. Got a new rabbinic class. I think it's just started. So we're starting to book already for next winter. If you're interested, jsli.org. This Friday, we're here Monday through Friday. And did you all get an announcement from Rabbi Blaine for this Friday? There's going to be a special service.
Yes, we did. At least I did.
Okay, well, let's put it to you this way.
Tell me about it.
I'm doing this 4 years. And Rabbi Blaine realized he never installed the 5 of us rabbis as part of the Sim Shalom online synagogue. So there's going to be a special installation service this Friday, along with our regular Shabbat service. So I'll be there. All of us will be there together in Zoom world. So we shall be there and hope to see you all. So be well, be happy, be healthy, and just to all of you.
All righty. See you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Do we get to throw marshmallows at you like they do?
Oh, yeah. Marshmallows sound wonderful.
Candy.
Cinnamon Tov Mazel Tov. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
All
for
right.
sure.
You know what?
Sounds good.
Email Rabbi Blaine and suggest it to him. Let's see how he works that one out.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care, all. Bye-bye.